the other rant on Minnesota because it's universally relevant, and it's also at the heart and soul of certain arguments. It's the shadow arrest, the shadow detained. We live in a system where you are assumed, you may be assumed guilty or innocent, but being assumed innocent does not give you protection from being under arrest or detained, because a cop has been given authority to do that under suspicion. Now, we have all been legally trained by all sorts of lawyers, alternative law researchers, so on and so forth, to always ask if you are under arrest or being detained. Although it is good to remind of that it ought to be on and for the record that if there is no record of a detainment or arrest being verbally confirmed, whether the suspect is cooperating or listening or not, then you go into protocols. So therefore, what we must do, and should amend something, perhaps in the Constitution, that you cannot be arrested or detained without verbal confirmation that you are there. If the officer fails to tell you that you are, you can just walk away, and you don't have to fucking argue. He says, like, you can just say, we're done here, and then the officer can't touch you until, just say, like, you tell a cop, oh, we're done here, you start walking away. Then he says, I'm detaining you. Now he's verbally confirmed it, and he's recording. He's turned on his recorder, or he's got a couple of witnesses or something. Recorder would be best. Right? You're being detained. I have some questions because I am suspicious of your involvement in a crime. A crime happened. I'm not looking for a crime. I found a crime, and maybe you're innocent. I'm just asking some questions, and if I don't, and then, like, whatever the fucking protocols that gets you to the I don't like your answer, now you're under arrest. This is very fucking simple. This should be the absolute way. We need to have have the way policing works, that detaining, arresting, is never gonna happen unless you've got a serious problem under reasonable circumstances. Otherwise, a cop has no permission to detain you for anything. And we all understand how they invent the arbitrary. I don't know if I can fit in this parking spot. There's so much shit everywhere. Oh wait, no, maybe I can. This isn't a very big car, and no, I think I actually have room to park here. That's grand. That is grand! Sweet! Woo! Whoa! There we go. That was a bit close. Whew. 67. What's the significance of 67? I'm curious. I don't trust you, but what's that about? 67. That sounds like a suspicious number to me. Was that in referrals to what I'm talking about? What happened? Is that like something with the law in 1967? What is 67 all about? Are you still here? Are you just, like talking out your ass or something? Never do any fishing. Not in a fucking really, really long time. As far as literal fishing is concerned. If you wonder if I ever go fishing for knowledge and power, yeah, I do that a lot. I also fish for those that want to be enlightened. If you like the idea of being enlightened, then follow this channel and pay attention to the, not everything on here. I do a handful of different things, some of which is a little less important than others. But, I offer a variety as someone who is just filming what's on his mind and sometimes filming, something he's doing in his life. All because of a certain sense of importance. Alright, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but, you are gonna be hidden from this channel. Oh, because I'm gay. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, that was, boring. So anyway, yeah, no more shadow arrest. It's a cornerstone of the fascist system we've always had, and it has been used here, right? Like, that circumstance isn't even a martial law circumstance. That's just, I mean, theoretically it is since the Civil War. But, that's more like keeping up a policy afterwards. And it's always been wrong. And, what happened in the South in the Civil War was such utter horseshit based on such an utter fucking lie. Why is it so dark? Well, because it's nighttime. And I'm hunting vampires, and they get spooked by light. No, I'm about to go in the house, and I'm just bullshitting in the car for 3 seconds, just to make sure I've gotten the full thought flow out of my system. Alright? It is time to seriously call for this completely different approach. And, we also have to wonder, and I wonder, are they not telling us that they're running out of people that want to be involved in military and law enforcement? You know that America doesn't pump out those volunteer numbers like it used to in the 80s and 90s, when there were just so many fucking people just completely, like, drunk on American patriotic bravado, their license to kill, the way many aspects of the world were open to them, you know, especially in places that weren't going super hippie after the 60s. And so they're trying to do something that if you tried to do it 30 years ago, you had the personnel to do it without having to do it the way they're doing it in these sanctuaries. Right? But dude, like ever since 2020, I've noticed a stark drop off in the general presence of law enforcement. And I don't feel like there's that many fucking soldiers as there were. The thing is that I don't know if I'm just letting the perception of propaganda get to me, but I feel like there isn't that there in China anymore either. You don't see much of their fucking military prowess. Or the Russians. Nobody's really doing that. But we do have to worry about the autonomous warfare. And there's a whole lot to be concerned about. And the entire American Northeast Corridor is under threat. So, a war can be both real and a psyop, because they can just lie about the war and focus on the campaign of controlling your perception of it. And that's why you can't be so fucking laissez-faire that you just fucking assume it didn't happen, like the people that were wrong about Sandy Hook. Anyway. I'm a subscribe since I'm funny. I am funny. Well, look at you. I'm funny, but you have no idea how smart I am because you've only seen a sliver of what I know and what I think about. I'm currently reading the Babylonian Talmud and exposing it. If you want to have an idea of a few things that I know, you should hear how I contextualize this book. So, play a little catch-up, or check out some of my other book reads. My interviews are something the fuck else. Sean Bond and Issa were the last two interviews I did, talking about these artifacts in Mexico that are alien-like, but artificial intelligence, and the Boogosphere, which is artificial intelligence and of a certain alien technology we don't understand. This is insane stuff. I highly recommend it. And here, there. That's the face that's talking to you. There you go. See? All right. Okay. Have a good one.